So first tip, if you've got little kids with you, just at the park entrance, they have a height board for all the rides. So measure your kids before you stand in line, so you're not disappointed when you get to the end. So this is normally where I would say download the app, because you're going to need it. The app here is pretty crap, to be honest. It doesn't have ride times in it. Its directions are terrible, and you can't get a list of attractions and dining. You have to go around the map and click on things to see what's what. They need to up their game. This one's a fairly standard tip for any theme park. Most people get in a park, see the first ride, jump in a queue. Never do that. Always, always, always go to the back of the park. In this case, you've got Kumba, Tigris, and Falcon's Fury. Now we were lucky, we got here, we went straight to Iron Gwazi because I had a 10-minute queue. But if you've missed that and the queues have already started, zip to the back of the park. Okay, so next tip is around ride photos. Now, I always like getting ride photos. I always pick up the photo pass. And I've done that here. They do have a photo key for $50, I think it is. Now, I did it 2 years ago and I've done it again today. And in both times, rides don't have the photos. That as in, they take the photo, the stations are turned off. They don't work. So maybe before you buy the pass, just ask the member of staff which rides are currently operating, because I have a sneaking suspicion I have wasted $50. So if they're open, great. If they're not, don't buy it. Right, we settled down. Right, so I didn't get any photos. Every single ride I went on, as I just said, the machines weren't working. However, what I did do was I kept track of which rides I went on at what time. And then, on the way back out, right there, Adventure Photo, I went up to the desk, showed them a list of the rides and the times, and they found them and added them for me. So, bear that in mind. Good chance that most of the rides will take your photo, but that the machines will not be working. Keep a note of your time, you'll pick the photos up later. Do that! Okay, so one good thing, unlike Disney and Universal, there is no kind of early access for like resort guests. And actually, a lot of people will get the free bus, which doesn't get you here for park opening, it gets you here maybe about 11ish. So, if you are able to get here when the park opens, you should get a reasonably quiet hour where you can get on a few things with short queues. We certainly did, so make sure you come here first thing. Another thing to consider, something I do in parks that offer this, is once you've had your lunch, just to kind of let your foot settle, there's a train that goes around the park. Now, the only problem with this train is it takes about half an hour, so you can be waiting on it. But if you time it nicely and you get on that train, chill out for half an hour, let your food settle before you get back on the rides. So, I know I said earlier, make sure you're here when the park opens, because, you know, chill out, do stuff. Also, I said, go to the back of the park, because everybody goes to the front. That is all true. However, I was here 2 years ago and I made the mistake of leaving Iron Gwazi to the end of the day, because I was like, I'm just going to work up to that. I was here in the summer. Florida is notorious for thunderstorms, and when there are thunderstorms, everything shuts. So make sure you check the weather when you're coming here, because if there are storms predicted, you need to get on your must rides first thing in the morning, because in the afternoon when that thunderstorm hits, I stood in a queue for 2 hours hoping and praying it was going to open, and it did not. So just be careful. Okay, so the park does have lockers. There's two types of lockers. Well, from what I can tell, there's one type of locker. There's two ways you can use them. One is a single ride, which has a couple of dollars. You'll just get it in one location. I'm not sure how long you get it. The other one is the multi-ride, which is $10 for the full day. And basically, you have to put a unique code in. They give you a locker. When you're finished, you tell them you've left. You go to the next locker, you punch your unique code in. It opens another locker for you, etc. They do allow bum bags or fanny packs, whichever you call them, on a number of the rides, but they will not allow backpacks. And obviously you've got to secure all those items, so it is worth considering them. Now, I mentioned earlier being careful about the Florida weather and potentially rain. The good thing is this park does have a rainy day guarantee, so if you are here and I think it's a minimum of 60 minutes are impacted by heavy rain, then you are entitled to a free return within 12 months. One more thing you might want to consider, depending on what time of year you're coming, is their fast pass, which they call a quickie queue. Now, we're lucky, we're here late February, early March, and I don't think any queues have been more than 15-20 minutes, so we've not needed it. But, you know, if you're here peak season, you probably will. So check it out. It does include a shot on Iron Gwazi, which is probably the one you want it for anyway. So check out the website. And this next one I think might apply to most places in Florida. But if, like me, you're traveling internationally, you probably don't know this. If you ask for a cup of water, it is free. If you ask for water, you will get a bottle and you will pay $4, $5, $6 a pop. So if you're dehydrated and you just need a little top up, cup of water. If you go to Disney or you go to Universal or most of the parks back in the UK, let's say they shut at 9 o'clock. The queues for the rides shut at 9 o'clock. You can sneak in at 8:59, you will be fine. That is not true here. In fact, it tells you on some of the rides, there's roughly 15-20 minutes before the park closes, the queues will close. So, if you've got a ride you're trying to get on, just bear that in mind. You cannot sneak in at the last second. One tip is if you're bringing the car, right? So there is a free bus that will get you here from various different hotels, but it takes ages and you have to come when they want you to come and you have to leave when they want you to leave. You cannot just do your own thing. So if you're bringing your car, be prepared because it is expensive. Just like Disney and Universal, it's $32 plus tax. That's not cheap. So if you're bringing the car, budget. Well, I hope you find these tips useful. If you've got any others, please put them in the comments below to share with others. Hit that like button, hit subscribe. I've been Chris, you've been watching Coaster Dad. See you in the next one. Adios.